Dang, what's up, Benjy Platinum? Welcome back to the Benjy Platinum Thanksgiving special. I'm gonna read the internet's most wacky, most crazy, and most weird Thanksgiving stories. I'm not posting in like a month because I was on my mental health no work year, where you don't work for a year. Cause you know how it be. I be on that grind of not doing it. And I should be doing schoolwork right now because I gotta do some English essay. But bro, who needs grades when you got a YouTube channel 3 people watch? Let's get started. Last year, all the grandkids came over, and are, are the, and they are toddlers. By the way, I can't fucking read. They run around the house most of the night before Thanksgiving, and they pack a screaming and crushing chaos and disorder. Bro, I don't know what you're doing. Just give them an iPad, and they should usually shut up. They made a mantle above the fireplace, and they discovered a box that they just couldn't resist picking up and opening. The oldest one grabbed handfuls of gray dust, oh, out of the box and started throwing it up in the air in the living room, yelling out, "It's snowing, Mommy," while my aunt stared in shock and horror. Apparently, the kids found the ashes of our aunt's old cat and couldn't help and spread the love. Why would you say, like, why couldn't you say the old cat and couldn't help but spread the love? Why would you say spread the love like that? There's this weird video of this woman dancing, vacuuming up what I would think to be the cat's ashes. Ooh. Okay, that one didn't shock you. This one will. Golf. This was a this was back in the 80s. So you know it's retro, aka no Google. Man. No Google. It's the 80s, guys. We don't have things like Google. Don't forget about the iPhones and the fucking Amazons. Google's the thing we don't have. We finished our Thanksgiving dinner and everyone was cleaning up. Somehow, a button broke off of the dishwasher, so my grandfather grabbed some super glue. I love sniffing that. To fix it, he ended up gluing his hand to the door of the dishwasher. The adults tried to free him, to no avail. So my father had to quite literally demolish the dishwasher door with his father's hand glued to the front of it. He carried the door with my grandfather attached to the back of the station wagon and brought the conjoined conjoined duo to our local emergency room. Imagine just being like an underpaid like fucking like nurse on Thanksgiving and you just see some fucking like 80-year-old guy walking with his like fucking son. And he's like, "Oh yeah, my dad got a fucking door glued to his hand." And the dad's just gasping for it. We brought the duo in the emergency room. They waited for several hours. Remember just sitting there for several hours with a fucking washer door glued to your fucking hand. That must not be fun. Only to be set free by a nurse who happened to have nail polish remover in her locker. Huh. I never knew nail polish remover could really get rid of super glue. The third story of the fucking, and this is the photo. 2 women taking a photo while gambling. So, what will this story can hold after my parents' divorce? Hashtag relatable. My mom was dating a new guy that I really didn't like. He yelled a lot. I had a mean sense of humor when I was like 7. Man, your parents got divorced when you were like around like fucking 7? Damn, they really did not care. They took a trip together before the holiday and then we went to Thanksgiving dinner. A few weeks later, my aunt's, I was in the middle of making my plate when my aunt asked, "Are you so glad they got married?" They went to Vegas and got married without telling me. And now I have big trust issues. Man, that must fucking suck. Some like jack off, like let's think of the boyfriend like as some, you know, douchebag from Boston, just plowing your mom, and it's just like he's probably just doing it because your mom has good, and they just get married in a fucking one of those dive bars. It's like that one Simpsons episode where Flanders cheats on his wife. Uh that's wild, bro. I don't know what to say about that. That they went to Las Vegas, they got quickly married and didn't tell you, bro. You think that's wild how they did not tell you? Yeah, son, I'm just gonna be out for a week. Son, I got married. This is your new stepfather. That's wild. Best pull of the internet, away from BuzzFeed to Reddit. I know, scary guys. Let's all stay together. 5 true scary Thanksgiving stories. Okay, number one, the barn. Man, what a scary story. The barn. Holy fuck. This is a weird story that happened back when I was a teenager. My grandparents had a really small farm located in small hollow. It was a common farm for something they had to support themselves. Just think of like an old couple in the middle of like Montana with like a really old barn. However, when they got older and more difficult for them to maintain the farm, they, they quit using the barn and it just sat there. Debbie, I can't move. My thyroid's acting up. Oh gosh. Come on, Bill. We gotta fix this fucking piece of shit shed. Oh, this gonna fall down. Just call a contractor. It's fucking nowhere in fucking Montana. There is no contractor. That's what they were probably saying to each other before they when they got in a fight about the barn and how they can't keep it up no more. I know, I'm a really good storyteller. However, they got too old, yeah, because they're old and old people turn to dust. That's what sand comes from, kids. It's just dead old people. They quit using the barn, just sat there and was used as a storage area mainly. I don't think Graham's gonna be able to like fucking carry out a bunch of boxes. I don't understand. Okay, well, every Thanksgiving and Christmas, we would go to the grandparents' house. This story took place on Thanksgiving. I was 15. Yo, bro, same age. Old and 15 years old, and that's the age when I began not enjoying hanging out with the adults in my family anymore. Okay, that's kind of cynical and kind of an asshole move, but I don't fuck. I just hate hanging out with my mom. She's so fucking annoying. I want to be alone and listen to fucking hard rock. They just don't understand me. I think this person. I think that's this kid. I think that's Killer Orange Cat right there. That's 100% Killer Orange Cat. Weird name, but okay. You know. Uh, Beside that little hint, suddenly listening to the stories of when I was a kid, my parents were kids. They kids was just not that entertaining anymore. Okay, bro is really like so fucking cynical. Bro turned 15 and realized the fucking world is like a piece of shit fucking like garbage fires. Like nothing matters anymore. Everything's all the fucking same. Like this bro is like one step away from getting ready to fucking take a bottle of vodka and just start fucking driving down the street. Remember, kids, don't drink and drive. Be responsible. Not like we had Thanksgiving dinner early. It was about 2 a.m. Afterwards, I was beginning to feel a bit antsy. Let my parents know that I was going to go explore the hollow a little bit, and it had been a while since I had done so. So I didn't even think of asking young brother and sister if they wanted to go. It was because honestly, I felt being by myself. Bro is kind of like just. I think bro has no friends, and bro is kind of sad. Bro is lonely. So I don't know who hurt. I don't know who hurt bro. Who hurt Killer Orange Cat? That bro just doesn't love his parents, hates the whole world, and just wants to be by himself. This bro can we get yo? This guy needs a hug. I knew that I didn't really have a lot of time exploring before it got dark, so I sat out and made sure I knew how far I could go. Still, I got back before the sun had set. I didn't do the greatest job at it though. If you even been out exploring the woods, you might probably know what I mean. You can get easily frantic. I don't fucking read with the woods and the hills and lost track of time. It got very, very dark before I was anywhere close to being home. That's not okay. You're about to be a fucking You're about to be in the back of a milk carton, and that's probably not what you want. By the time I got back to the farm, it's been dark for at least an hour. I had never been out by the barn when it was dark outside. It looked incredibly creepy, being a teenage boy. I, of course, liked scary things. Of course, you like scary things, bro. Of course. The thought then occurred to me that if the barn was creepy looking on the outside, it must be creepy on the inside. I decided to check it out. Wow, what a fucking smart cadaver. Getting into the barn was simple. My grandparents rarely locked the door of their house much, less about locking the barn. They lived in a really safe area where crime was pretty much unheard of. The barn didn't did have one of those heavy wooden locks on it. I honestly had no idea what they are called, but I was able to pull the wooden beam up when I opened the barn door, and it made a horrible loud creaking noise. I knew my grandparents had likely not been in the barn for years, so I was surprised I was able to get the door open at all. I figured the hangers had to nearly be rusted shut. As I old, and even when it was in use, my grandparents would only have been in it during the day, so there was no light. Thank God that I lived in an area of smartphones, though thought because of course I had a flash on my phone. What a smart man. I turned the flash and just marveled at the creepiness. If dark is creepy, then just a minor amount of light is much creepier. Okay, I don't. Okay. I fashioned. I was frantic by all of the tools, so many sharp impalements. Most of them were hanging up. However, there was a small hatchet lying on a workbench. It discovered, and a color. I realized that it was coated in dirty blood. Oh, so okay. For all you people being out there, be like, what the fuck? This kid can't read. How the fuck are you in high school? So this kid broke into his grandparents' barn during Thanksgiving. This kid's like the sad emo type, he like has no friends and like talks to himself. Broke into a barn and he saw a hatchet on the ground that had dried blood. It's not probably dried blood. It's probably rust. But this kid's like fucking on Reddit every day, going on fucking being like how his life doesn't matter, because the world sucks and shit. And he probably saw this not thinking about Rust. So it's probably Rust. Who knows? Let's keep reading the story. Slaughtering animals, but I knew that my grandparents used it to do it often, chickens and pigs and stuff. So I figured that the hatchet was used for the purpose, and they never cleaned it. Smart thinking, orange cat killer, a killer orange cat. The beam had a lot that was filled with hay. I decided to climb the ladder. Okay, let's not climb a ladder of a rickety old barn about to like literally fall. I checked it out. When I was shining the light around, it reflected off something buried in the hay. I wondered if it was another tool or something, and decided to check it out. Going over to it, I began moving the hay, and I screamed when the empty eye socket of a long dead corpse was staring directly at me. I fell backwards and nearly fell off the loft. I quickly climbed down the ladder and ran out of the barn without closing the door. I rushed into the house, told my parents and my grandparents about what I had seen. My father, a huge man like Hogan, sized really, went out to confirm what I told him. My grandparents' phone, sh- uh, phoned the sheriff's office. Huh, that's crazy. So, young Bull found a dead body in his grandparents' abandoned shed, during Thanksgiving. Happy holidays, folks. The body had been in the loft for about 3 years, so this is quite recent. That's crazy. Imagine just you're living your whole life and like someone was murdered in your house without you even knowing it. It had several hatchet wounds on it that the police told us were caused by that hatchet I'd seen on the bench. the hatchet I had picked up. So not only I found a dead body, but I held an actual murder weapon in my hand that was truly disturbing to me. Okay, finally this kid's actually feeling emotion. But it wasn't really nearly as disturbing as the realization my grandparents that had that they had lived in a house for 3 years without knowing a dead body was in the barn. No one was ever caught, and we to this day had no idea who killed that man and why. Ooh. 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 Isn't that scary, guys? Ooh, isn't that spooky? Ooh. Who know? Who fuck? We don't. Is one, is the story even fucking real? Two, did Graham do it? Maybe Graham was so fucking mad that the boy at the store didn't say nice petunias when she was getting flowers. She was like, I'm axing this kid. Let's see, look, it says, okay, I put funny Thanksgiving story. This one says, I hate seahorses giving birth. Okay, let's watch a seahorse give birth. Okay, let's see this one by Crushaman. Beekeep this horse okay, this guy's not fucking talking and act. What the fuck? Title hubby, sure. Huffy 3-day weekend because I had to go to the store. Okay, can we talk normally? Let's go to this guy. Gur Popan. My stepdad wanted to pull the turkey out of the oven and drop one side of the ham pan. He wasn't wearing shoes, and all the juices and the whole turkey fell onto his bare foot, and had to drive him to the ER and his skin was just peeling off. None of us ate that evening. He really gave it all his cooking that day. He felt so bad. That is just terrible. Okay, Dahawanin, probably nothing too crazy, but kind of a buzzkill. My aunt invited my whole family, pretty big family, thanks for telling us that, over for dinner, and we are pretty close. She was often cheery all night. Then, after they had made a family speech, she got up and announced to everyone that she knows her younger sister and her husband have been having an affair over 10 years. We left short after, and it was pretty. That's crazy. A 10-year affair. At that point, just give it up and be like, fuck you, bitch. I'm getting a divorce. I love this woman more. That's wild. That's what these Thanksgiving stories fucking wild. Think your Thanksgiving is boring? These people are getting fucking divorces. What about this one by that that name? There you go. The worst Thanksgiving for me was about 30 years ago when I was 16. Oh my god, this guy's a fucking old person. Me and my brother were woken up by my dad fighting with his wife the night before. His wife had one of her friends pick hers. He was pretty pissed and grabbed his revolver and started shooting up the house. Needless to say, my brother and I were really scared. We waited until he had left and we calmed down enough to get. Bro, I would not get back. Okay, your dad got mad at your wife and just started picking a revolver and just started fucking shooting the house. I want to just go back to bed. I would call the police. That guy's a threat. Okay. Last year, my dad got blind drunk. Like the drunkest I'd ever seen him. He kicked me and my girlfriend out of the house very loudly, and when we were picking up, he came and asked why we were leaving and demanded we stay. After announcing 5 minutes, he came back, kicked us out again. We went to my mom's house, who was so drunk we couldn't wake her up. So we went So we ended up playing Borderlands all night. Their parents just two raging alcoholics, and you just gotta fucking like. That's why my dad and uncle tried frying a turkey very drunkily. They forgot about the oil and went when it went up in flames. So did the side of my uncle's house.
There it is. Magnum. Holy moly. Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for! Dear God. It's beautiful.
I'm making a Benjy Platinum video, bro. I'm in the middle of making a Benjy Platinum Thanksgiving special. Okay, give me a couple seconds. Let me finish the Benjy Platinum Thanksgiving special. Yo, it's all the Mo the Go! Mo the Go! Mo the Go! Mo the Go! Tell us your Thanksgiving story.
Oh, Thanksgiving story?
Yeah, I'm on Reddit right now.
Thanksgiving story?
Yeah, for the lads at home.
Oh. Shit. Bro, Thanksgiving with McChunky, and like I almost got eaten, bro.
Dude, that's a wild Thanksgiving story. Happy Thanksgiving, Mother Go. And what do we say? What what do we say to the viewers?
Huh?
What do we say to the viewers? Oh, so we like and subscribe.
Subscribe to Benjy.
Hey, you heard that? Had a great interruption by everyone's favorite Mo the Go, a classic member of the Benjy Platinum family. Let's listen to a couple more of Thanksgiving stories on the dark shithole that every person would rather kill themselves than be on Reddit. Thanksgiving with my family any year from the early 70s to the early 90s, even the ones without police cars, are still not worthy. I don't even know what the fuck that means. This isn't a story. While we were cooking, the power went out and we had an electric oven and stove. One year, my uncle got way too drunk at TG. He spilled gravy on carpet and got a DUI on his way home. That's awful. The gravy part. That's the whole fucking story. But one year, my uncle just got blackout drunk and spilled gravy on the carpet and almost fucking got in a three-way car crash, killing 3 innocent people. My mom always has a specific menu planned out for the holidays. And every year, my grandmother brings a not very good mac and cheese, and my mom never asked her to bring that fucking old ass bitch. One year, my grandmother brought her mac and cheese pre-usually, but my mom refused to bake it or even fucking serve it because that shit was fucking grody. She kept saying, "We already have cheese crap, I don't fucking know, I can't read," and tried to say we didn't have enough oven space, even though we had the entire second oven that wasn't being used. And it's like the most like homeless shelter food photo I have ever seen. It was super awkward. My grandma never even mentioned the dish. That's terrible. Well, happy Benjy Platinum Thanksgiving. And remember Thanksgiving, we should be thankful for what we have, what we don't have, and who we miss. This Thanksgiving, think of all the people that don't have what you have. Or don't, I don't give a shit. Happy Thanksgiving. I